Hello, my name is Shayla and I make these videos every Wednesday. I've been traveling full-time since 2015 and now I'm in Minnesota, kind of have a home base here, and I'm doing a lot of videos on how to teach you how to travel. So this video is going to be about how to save money to full-time travel. Lives make me super nervous, so we're just gonna go with it for now. But I have a whole list of things to help you. This weekend I was in Telluride in Colorado, and I was asking people, like, ask me anything. I'm on a road trip. Thanks, Alyssa. But I was like, ask me anything, I'm on a road trip, and everybody was like, how do you save money and travel all the time? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you all my best money saving tips if you're going to do it full time, because these might not be for those people who are doing just like weekend trips. I can do a whole nother video on that. But these are for if you're wanting to do full-time travel and you just are committing. So first of all, if you like videos on travel, if you like videos on like being a doer, please subscribe to my channel and please like this video and go check out my Instagram, because that's where I'm active all the time. It's living on a one-way. Groceries. Yeah, that's it. You're paying for gas and you're paying for groceries. And what's nice about the groceries is that you're eating in. So you're not going out to dinner all the time. You're not going and spending money on food because A, it's not as healthy, and B, it costs a lot. I used to be the person that was like, I'll just get a side salad. I just really want a side salad. And that's what I would eat. And that honestly was fine because I liked hanging out with people. But things have changed as I've gotten older, but definitely when I was younger, I was all about that side salad life, basically. But gas to get to work and groceries for food. Then bills. If I could explain one thing, it's that if you lower the money that's going out, I love you. If you lower the money that's going out, then you have more money to play with. So I always explain it like, this is how much most people make, and this is how much they have to pay in bills, and this is what they're left with. I make less, but I have less money in bills, so I've got like, not similar amount to work with, but I had a lot more money to use for everything. So if you lower your bills by owning your car, so I have a $2,000 car that I've had for years just because I've been traveling, but that also means that I have low car insurance as well. I thought I invented that side salad thing. No, it's for those of us who are trying to not spend a lot of money when we're going out to eat. But if you lower your bills on if you lower the money that's going out, basically, so maybe instead of cable you have internet, which I think the whole world has now. You have a cheaper car, so you have cheaper insurance, or you own your car, and you like house share. So I'm living in my sister's house right now, but that's just because we're kind of in transition. But if you share a house with someone, you share the rent with someone, and you don't have to fill it. Like, living here has been more expensive because we're like, we need a dresser, we're gonna go buy a dresser. We need side tables right now, we don't have those. But you learn to live super minimally. Hey, Pink does stuff, hey. So when you go to buy something, ask yourself, is this a want or is this a need? Do I just want this because it's super cute and trendy, or do I need it? And I mostly buy needs, and when I buy needs, I buy quality needs. So I'll probably spend more money on the things that I do buy, but it's because I'm buying less of them. Also, fun fact, if you're a Goodwill shopper, if you donate the day that you're shopping, you get a $25 off coupon. So there's the real budget trip if you are going. Because when I was traveling backpacking, hi Melissa, when I was traveling backpacking, I would be going to a hot climate to a cold climate, and I didn't have all the clothes to get. So I would just go to Goodwill and get something for that trip that was super easy and cheap, really cheap. I only buy things that I love. If I'm kind of like, oh yeah, it's cute, I don't get it. I don't even mess with it. I just buy the things that I love. Then you can sell the things that you don't need. I've sold cameras, I've sold GoPros, I'll sometimes just look around and be like, what can I sell to make money? And then if you're serious about doing the full-time, I did not know the Goodwill thing. Do you have to ask them for it? I think so. They give you like a little voucher so that you can do a write-off for the stuff that you donated, and on that is a 25% off code or discount coupon. What was I just talking about? Oh, if you're like, I want to do full-time travel, the number one thing I would recommend is lower all of your bills, the money going out. You need to buy a GoPro. And number two, you need money coming in. So you need a trade. And so what I would recommend is learning how to become a waitress, learning how to become a bartender, learning how to do massage, learning how to make things with your hands, teaching yoga, so that as you're going and traveling around the world, you can be your own entrepreneur and say, I can be a waitress here because everywhere needs waitresses. And when I was in Puerto Rico, I was making $400 a week. But I was also grinding. Like, I was opening and closing and just like trying to make all the money that I could. So finding a trade that you can carry around with you. With my yoga, I led yoga retreats, and I think my yoga retreats I made like $1,500 on each one, but I got to bring people to awesome locations. And I'll do a whole other video on how to make money while traveling. Hi, Mom. But this one is mostly about how to save money. Also, get yourself a credit card. What do I have? I have a Capital One 360 Venture. This is so important. And what I do with this is I spend all my money on my credit card. I'm like, okay, I charge. And then at the end of the month, I just pay it off. And I never overspend what I have. I just spend enough money to be able to pay it off. And what that does is it earns points for me. So that means when I go to buy a plane ticket, sometimes it's free. When I go to book a car rental, sometimes it's free, or a hotel. Anything that's travel related. Look up credit cards for travel, and you'll find all of them and like great benefits. Just be smart with it. Spend what you have and then pay it off. A, it builds great credit. And B, you get points, so then you can use them towards future travel. And then while you're traveling, hostels are super cheap place to stay. Doing things like World Packers, where you can work in exchange for food and a place to stay. I've done that in Costa Rica. I taught yoga, and all my food and all my stay was paid for. And I had to teach yoga every day. And then I did that on the Appalachian Trail, and I made $100 a week just for like making beds and cleaning up, and like I got to live there and eat there for free. So there's definitely ways to do it for so cheap, and you can just bounce around and go to all the places. It's pretty awesome. And living in other countries can be cheaper than living here. Somebody was like, oh, I bet you're saving so much money now that you're in the States. And I'm like, no. When I'm traveling is when I'm saving money, because in Nicaragua, our rent was $250. In Puerto Rico, I think it was like $400 or $600. And like, you just have to, it just depends on what you want. If you want to live lavishly, no, you're not going to be able to do it for cheap. But if you're willing to do things, did you get working visas in all these places? That's why I went to Puerto Rico. So Megan said, did I get working visas in all these places? So in Puerto Rico, it's a U.S. territory. So I was able to go there, practice my Spanish, live there. So is Guam for those in the U.S. That's why I moved to Hawaii. That's why I moved to Alaska, because these places were in the U.S., but you don't need working visas. In Nicaragua, or in Costa Rica, it was just an exchange. So I was there to teach yoga, and then they just fed me. So it wasn't like a work, it was more like a volunteer exchange. This is kind of controversial. I don't know a lot about it. It's all been connections. Like, people are like, oh, I know this person who owns this yoga thing. You could go teach there. And yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Send questions, because I really just, when I work, I grind, and I work so hard, and I save as much money as I can, and I always say it, gas and groceries, like that's what I buy. And the bills. So gas and groceries, lower your bills, and get a credit card to get points so that you can use it towards future travel. I'm also going to do another video on how to make money on the road, because waitressing is probably my number one recommendation, but I've made money doing pub crawls. I've made money teaching yoga. I've made money, like, the more you get out there and just find things, the more people you meet and the more opportunities come up for money. I've worked in farms. Like, there's so many things that you can do if you're willing to go out and do it. If you guys have questions about this, please put them in the comments below, because I'll make another video on this. I would love to just move and work somewhere, but my biggest fear is just giving up my job here for something that could be so risky. 100%. It's scary to give up what you for something that you want. And I've talked to, okay, so giving up your job and going somewhere, try and find a job in that location before you leave. That'll make it easier, the transition a lot easier. And I usually say there's three things. There's place to stay, there's transportation. Yes, full-time travel blogger. I'm doing training on how to do YouTubing, so let me know. But so transportation, living, and a place to work. If you can lock in 2 of those, you're gonna be great. It's gonna make it so much easier. So that's what I would say in the transition. For the person that asked, how can you enjoy the travel if you're working all the time? For me, that's what it's all about. Do you take out local currency when you arrive at each government ATM, or do you bring US for your? Okay, I'm trying to remember all these questions. So for me, the immersion is the part that I love. Like, yeah, it's cool to be like, check Eiffel Tower, check made it to this ocean, check whatever. But like when I was in Puerto Rico, I was getting to know all the locals, and I was going to these parties with them, and I was going to local places to eat, and I, like, for me, that was what was so important, and I loved like really immersing myself in the culture. And so working was a perfect way to do that, because you're equal. Well, I mean, you're not equal because they know that you're not from there, but like you just develop different relationships than you do when you're traveling. For the person who asked if you get currency, US currency or the currency of the place, get the currency of the place. Do not do it at the airport. The airport rates are always the worst. You can do it from your bank before you leave. So you can go to your bank. I'm giving up my job for the next few months, travel full time, and you're such an inspiration. What are some of the cheapest but unique experiences that you had to travel? Okay, again. So you can go to your bank before you leave and say, hey, I'm going to Thailand, I need baht, or I'm going to this place, I need this currency, and that will give you the best currency, and you'll be ready when you get there, and you'll have the money to tip the taxis, you'll have the money, and you don't have to worry about conversions. Somebody just asked, what are my, how do I see that? I've never done a live on here. I can't remember what it was. I like give you a place to stay free, you just need to work for them, so I need a working visa if I went to South Korea. It's done. Okay. I can't remember the question that I just got asked. They're going, they're inspired. What are some unique travel experiences? When you work in a place, like when I worked in Alaska, if you're there as a seasonal worker, you get to do activities for free. So I was able to go whitewater rafting for free. I was able to go fishing for free. And I was going with the other people that were working there seasonally. And so that for me was the coolest thing. One of the best experiences that I've ever had was the bioluminescent bay in Puerto Rico. We went, and I don't even know how to explain it, but look up bioluminescent bay. But basically the water, as you move through it, best but cheapest experiences, thank you. As you move through it, it like lights up, and it's, I don't know, it's unbelievable. Look it up. So the best but cheapest experiences. I think that's it. When you get to a place, there's so many. So when I was in Peru, I also went to Machu Picchu and did a 5-day hike before to get to Machu Picchu. I didn't want to do the Inca Trail because it was super congested and just like, I don't know. I did something called the Salcante Trail. For 5 days, it was $400, and they carried all of your stuff. They fed you the whole way. They took care of you the whole way. There was a guide, and then you get to Machu Picchu at the end, and it was unreal. But I think definitely when you're in a location for longer, you get to do you get experiences that are a lot cheaper. Okay, I've got the fire going right here. I'm sweating. Does anyone have any more questions? Like I said, I'll be doing another video on how to make money on the road, and I need to think about that. But that one really, it just starts by traveling and getting out there. Yay, Half Pipe Travels. The live makes me so nervous, but I'm digging it. I was in Telluride this weekend, and we just got back. Denver has a blizzard, and literally just, we got out, we had to wake up at 2 a.m. to get on or 3 a.m. to get on a 6 a.m. flight, and we are so lucky to have gotten out of there. But I was like, oh God, I have a Telluride video to edit, and I'll do it for next week. But it's like, I'm gonna hop on live and answer questions about how to save money, because I've been saving money my whole freaking life. I've been to Ecuador. I went to Baños and Quito, and I don't even remember all the places I went on a Groupon. Cheapest countries overall. Nicaragua was cheap. I don't know if it's super safe to go right now. Thailand was super cheap. South American countries and Southeast Asia countries are definitely good, cheap places to go. I remember being in Thailand and renting a moped for $6 a day, getting a $6 massage for an hour. Countries do I recommend in Scandinavia? I don't know much about Scandinavia. Never been. I can't say. I wish I could. I haven't done a lot of European travel because like it's been more expensive than going to South America or going to Southeast Asia. So I haven't done a lot of it. Your solo travel tips helped me a lot. It inspired me to Austria by myself, and I want to say thanks. Yay, Andrew, I'm so excited that you did that. I love when people tell me about these trips that they go on. It's so cool, and I think I need to update my solo travel tips. I kind of want to go around the city with Seth and be like, because have you ever thought of teaching English abroad? Or maybe you already have. I have not personally, but I know a lot of people that have, and that's a great way to travel. I taught English to the refugees in Greece, but it wasn't like a paid program, but you can get paid to do that. My cousin did that in Japan. You sign up for this program and it's amazing. I don't remember what I was saying before that. Okay, I am gonna wrap this up. If you guys, oh my god, I second that. I'm going to a solo backpacking trip for 2 months this summer, seriously. God, you guys, thank you. Cryptocurrency, it says I have no idea about cryptocurrency. I know you've probably done a video about this already, but survival trips for long flights. Thanks for the answers. I appreciate it. It helps a lot. You guys, I love this. Maybe I'll go live more often. This is so fun. Tips for long flights. I think melatonin is good. Sleeping is good. I never watch movies on flights, which is a fun fact. I just don't like watching movies. Best beaches were Thailand. Is there a chance you are going to visit Guatemala? I was thinking about visiting Guatemala. I wish I kept the comments on here. They all disappear, and I don't know. I can't remember after that. Like right now, I can't remember what I was just talking about. Yeah. I don't remember. Okay. Because we're at 16 minutes, and that's pretty long for a video. But, like I said, put more comments in the comment section below. Do you use credit cards for traveling? If it's the same for you, but turn your phone, they might show up. Oh, if I turn it the other way. I do use a credit card. I use Capital One 360. Best wildlife experience? I don't know. I'm kind of a scaredy cat, so I try to avoid them. I really want to do the shark in the tank thing. Almost did it in New Zealand, but it was like $600, so I couldn't. Okay, I'm gonna call it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was fun. I was super nervous to get on live, but this was great, so maybe I'll do this more often. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this. Okay, well, there you go. Half Five Travel says yes. I will talk to you guys all soon, and maybe I'll give a heads up next time, and so you guys can come with questions. But write them below, and I always go through the comments, so I'll always answer your comments, so just let me know. Thank you guys. Thanks, guys! This was so great. I'm totally doing this again. All right, if you like this, please subscribe if you're not already, and go check me out on Instagram because that's where I am most of the week. This is just where I am on Wednesdays. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Oh, I have absolutely no idea how to turn this off.